So Anjali, Aditi, Ankush, Ajay. Okay, fine. So today we are week 2 and day 10. Namaskar, Aditi. Jai Maharashtra. Okay. So week 2 and day 10. So as you know, all of you, if there are old participants, old students, if you're aware about it, so the last day of the week, that is Friday, is the day for practice part. Now, whatever questions we do cover from Monday to Thursday about the tips, about the key points, about the strategies and everything. So we do practice here during the last session. Now, don't worry, those who are joining for the first time today, so no worries. Sania has already told you how to and where to find the handouts for your earlier sessions because from Monday onwards, this is a 10-week session, so today is the last day. Okay, now again, like how it was the practicing day yesterday, so today also it is going to be we are going to do the practice, whatever topics we covered in our earlier session. So I'm sharing my screen here. And yes, I want students, those who are participating actively, and it's very easy test. So don't worry about it, how to answer and how to do that. And even if you get wrong answer, so it's still fine. So is my screen visible to all of you?
Yes, ma'am, it is.
Thank you so much. So welcome to the week 2 and session 5 or day 10 session. So today we are going to practice on reading and speaking. Yeah, so I want active participation here. Do not hesitate to share your experience and whatever you want to uh, talk about that particular topic. So we are going to do certain activities here. Okay. And yes, if you have any doubts, any queries, you can put it up in the chat box. We will discuss it at the end of this session. Now, what are the topics or the practice on which questions we are going to do the practice? So I have mentioned it, we have highlighted it here. Okay, so just to give you an idea, what kind of question, what is the time duration for this? But today we are not going to discuss about the key points, strategies, etc. What phrases we can use, transition words we can use. We are not going to discuss that. It is going to be purely practice part. Okay. But yes, just to give you an idea, students, those who are there and joined for the first day. So we are going to talk about read aloud. So record yourself saying the statement below. Now this kind of question appears 4 times in your exam and you get 20 seconds. Then speak about the photo. So you have to speak about the image for 90 seconds. So this kind of activity appears once. So the time duration is 1.5 minutes. Then read and then speak. So speak about the topic below for 90 seconds. So this appears once and again the time is 1.5 minutes. Listen and then speak. Speak about the topic for 90 seconds. This appears twice in your test. So the time duration is 1.5 minutes. Now listen then speak. Complete the sentences. Select the best option for each missing word. Okay, so this is all. So we'll just check it out. We will try to find complete maximum activities today. So complete the sentence, select the best option for each missing word, complete the passage, reading the best sentence to fill in the blank in the passage, highlight the answer, click and drag and highlight the answer to the question below, identify the idea. So select the idea that is expressed in the passage. Title the passage. Select the best title for the passage. So we are going to cover this and then speaking practice. So speak about a topic for 3 minutes. Now this question comes once only and the time duration is 3 minutes. So all good to go. So today it's your time to speak. Okay, because last 4 days I was speaking. So today it's your time to speak and participate actively. Okay. Now, simple question here. So, reading and speaking practice. So, here is a small paragraph given. Now, here in this paragraph, there are few words given. Okay, so in the bracket, which are in red, so held, took, defended, inhibited, still, etc. Now, what you need to do is here, you have to find out the suitable word, or you have to fill this gap by putting a right word after putting this, which will, where your paragraph will be a comprehensive paragraph. Okay. So here are the options given: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. So there are 7 blanks here. And from this 7, in the for each blank, there are 5 options given. Okay. Happening, items, instance, time, sample, etc. Now from this option, you have to choose one suitable word for this to fill the gap. Now, activity starts. You have to write the correct word. Please put it in chat box. Okay. So, yeah. So, this PPT is not for IELTS. This is for Duolingo. IELTS has a different activity. Okay. So in IELTS, you don't get fill in the blanks, but yes, depending on the different types of question, you get this kind of question like fill in the blanks when it comes to your listening part, IELTS. Okay, so summary completion, and even in your IELTS reading also, you get this kind of question, but in IELTS, you don't get options. Okay, so you have to choose the right word. Yeah, Ankush? Fine. So what you need to do is just put the serial number, and from this option you have to choose the correct word. So please write the correct word in a chat box. Read the passage thoroughly.
Ma'am, your video is not visible.
Is it? Okay,
It
let
is
me
not
check.
visible.
1 second, let me check. Oh, is it fine now?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, screen is visible.
Yes.
Okay, yeah, fine. So you have to put the correct word here. Let's start. Oh, we have active participants today. Komal Preet, welcome. I'm seeing you after a long. Yes, wealthy. Okay. Fortune. Okay, we'll move forward. See, because guys, we have to complete maximum activity. Okay, so that you get benefit of all these questions. And if you have any doubt or any question, you can ask me. And because since it is the last day of our session, I don't want you to leave or end the session in the question mark. So, yes, some of them, if you're feeling that, Arey, I didn't get time to answer the question, she just moved on to the another question so quickly and all those things. So, for them, I just want to say that, okay, we have to finish maximum activities here so that you can get benefit of this session. Okay, so yes, for that, I mean, those who are feeling, you just do it quickly. Yeah. Okay, so moving on to the next slide, we'll check the answers. Okay, so throughout history, pearls have held here a unique presence within the wealthy and powerful. For instance, the pearl was a favored game gem of the wealthy during the Roman Empire. Roman women wore pearls to bed so they could be reminded of their wealth immediately upon waking up. Before jewelers learned to cut gems, the pearl was of greater value than the diamond. In the Persia Empire, pearls were ground into powders to cure anything from heart disease to epilepsy. Okay, so guys, those who have given correct options, okay, congratulations. Those who are still doing it, okay, well tried, guys. Okay, so we are moving on to the next type of question here. Okay, now here this kind of activity where there are two different paragraphs, okay, and you have to write down the suitable option which will connect your two paragraphs here. Now, why this particular activity? Because it talks about how you read, okay, your comprehensive level, how do you understand it, and after understanding it, how to put the right option. So you, how much clear about it. So how much did you understand the passage, the paragraph, etc. Now, what you need to do is, so here there is a line given. So this line is not for like ending the paragraph, but you have to choose the right option from this A, B, C, D, which will connect your second paragraph. Okay, so read the paragraph any which ways. Purposely, we have mentioned the same paragraph because while doing this activity every time, you don't have to take much time to understand the paragraph because you know what the paragraph is about. Okay. So yes, till the time, till earlier part, we did till here. Okay. Fill in the blanks. Now there is a few sentence added here. So you have to choose the correct option from A, B, C. Okay. Before that, only students started giving options. Well done. Well done. Okay. Anyone else? B. Okay. Komalpreet says B. Ankush says B. Anybody? Okay. We'll check answer. So yes, guys, it's correct option. Pearls were once considered as an exclusive privilege for royalty. Yes. Moving on to the next activity. Okay. Now highlight the correct answer to the question. Okay. Now same. Uh, Royalty. After that, this is the sentence here. Okay. Now you have, there are two questions given here. Question way one, at what point were pearls more valuable than diamonds? And second question is, who attempted to prevent people for wearing pearls? Now for these two questions, you have to highlight the correct answer from the paragraph. Okay. So, yeah, for this activity, I would suggest instead of writing complete sentence, you can unmute yourself and you can speak or you can give your answer instead of writing because that will save your time. Okay, Komalpreet, you can unmute yourself. Sanya, they can do it, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Thank you so
Okay,
much,
fine.
ma'am.
Yeah, yeah,
Ma'am,
Komalpreet.
ma'am, the answer for the first question would be third line. Before
Mm-hmm.
jewelers learned to cut gems, the pearl was of greater value than the diamond.
Okay, fine. And second also you're prepared with?
Yes,
You're ready
ma'am.
with it? Okay, please go ahead.
Ma'am, the answer to the second question is given in the last line. The
Mm-hmm.
kings of Europe prohibited anyone who was not of royalty from wearing pearls.
Okay, well done. Okay, I think Ankush also raised his hand. Ankush, you can
Yes,
unmute
ma'am.
yourself. Yeah,
The
yes,
answer to
please.
second question is Kings of Europe, ma'am.
Okay, Kings of Europe. And what about first? Did you get the answer for this?
No, ma'am.
No problem. So well tried. Well done, well done. Okay, fine. So let's say, so it is the first. Before dwellers aim to cut gems. So this is for first, and the kings of Europe, okay, who attempted to prevent people for wearing pearls. So both of you, Komalpreet, you got both the answers correct. So well done. Okay, moving on to the next. Yeah. Now select the idea that is expressed in the passage. So it is the same passage. Now what this passage is talking about. Okay, so it is kind of paraphrasing thing, or maybe like how we summarize, but here you don't have to summarize in two, three sentences, but where the one sentence will talk about the entire passage, okay, or paragraph. So pearls were once more precious than diamonds. Once the royal, oh my God, you're so excited. I'm so happy. So once the royal families forbid common people from wearing pearls, see, Roman women began the trend of using pearls as jewelry. Pearls have been valued by many people throughout history. So you have to choose the correct idea which is expressed in the passage. So Komalpreet said did. Okay. Anyone else? Ankush D again. Okay. So we have very, very active participants today. I like it. Okay. So correct option is correct idea is D. Pearls have been valued by many people throughout history. Okay. So moving on to the next activity. Select the best title for the passage. Okay. So same passage again. You have to choose the select best title for this. You have to put A, B, C, or D. Okay, Ankush says B, Aditi says B. Anyone else? Okay, Komalpreet say B. Okay. So yes, congratulations, it's correct. And B is the correct option. A brief history of Paul's. Moving ahead, speak about the image for 90 seconds. Now, understand, I will, those who have joined today, for example, Aditi, Ankush, and Komalpreet, I think you have joined today after a long. So you have to describe the image, talk about the image. You can also talk about the location. You can also speculate. So speculating is something you're explaining what they are thinking about. Okay. So yes, take take some time. Okay, and you can unmute yourself and you can speak about the image. Anybody? So you have to describe, you can describe everything, whatever you see in this image. Yes, somebody? Yeah, Komalpreet. Go ahead.
Ma'am, the image portrays two men walking down the lane. There is an evidence of some of the vehicles um, s- which are parked nearby, including white colored cars.
Mhm.
Both the men are wearing same colored coats, which is brown in color, and the color of their caps vary. One is
Mhm.
wearing black colored cap and the other is wearing white color. Um,
Yeah.
I
Any-
think both of them
uh,
are discussing about some past event.
mhm. Okay. Yes. Well done. So maybe you can talk about like since they are wearing jacket and coat, so it's look like a winter morning. And looking at their gesture, they look familiar to each other, or maybe they are friends. So the other person has shared something, and the man who is in a leather jacket looking at him and smiling. So this image looks like they are walking on the road where there is some shopping mall nearby. Okay, and as you said correctly, there are vehicle parks behind. So well tried. So this is how you have to describe an image. So you have to describe everything. What is this photo about? What is there in the background? You are thinking, you have to speculate what they must be talking about by looking at each other. So you can talk about they could be, might be friends also. Okay. So well done. Okay, now this is the picture taken outdoors on the street. In the middle, there are two men walking side by side. On the left, the man with a beard is wearing a hat and a brown jacket. He is making a gesture while talking. On the right, the other man is looking at him and smiling. It seems that he is listening to the story his friend is telling. He's holding a mobile phone in his hand. On the right, I can see some scooters parked along the street. In the background, there are many cars moving on the road. So, this is how you can describe the image. Okay, now, second image. Same way. Yeah, Ankush.
Ma'am, will you please show the first image once again?
Sure.
Thank you, ma'am.
So, you're going to talk on this image, or shall I move on to the next one?
Ma'am, you may move on the next one.
Okay, okay. So, this is the second image. Yeah. Anybody? See, in examination, you won't get time to think, yeah? So since we are doing practice here, it's still okay. But make sure as soon as you see the image, you have to speak immediately. Yes. Who wants to try? Anyone? Or is it difficult to describe? Okay, let's check what is this image is about. Okay. Now, this is the picture taken at an office. In the middle, there is a woman with long hair. She is wearing a sleeveless white shirt and dark pants. She is standing at the table while looking down at some documents placed on the table. She is holding a piece of paper in one hand. It looks like she is focusing on reading handouts. On the table, I can see a keyboard, a lamp, and other stationeries. Behind her, there is a shelf with some items arranged on it. So you can talk about the shelf where you can see certain files are there. Okay. And yeah, so she's very, and there are certain shelves where the documents and files are kept. Okay. Moving on to the now, when you're talking about, tell me about, sorry, speak about the topic. Now, this kind of question is like a cue card question, which you get it in IELTS. But in IELTS, you get time to gather your information a minute or so. But here, you don't get time. So just see the question. Tell me about a part of your city that is changing. Where is it? How is it changing? Why do you think it is changing? So, yes, yeah, go ahead.
Today I am going to talk about a park in my city which is changing. Actually, in my city, there is a old temple which was vacant earlier, but nowadays it was revolutionizing by the efforts of the government because government provided funds to the uh, priest of the temple uh, in order to revolutionize that is vacant space to build the public park for all the individuals where they can uh, where they can come in the morning and evening and spend quality time with their family members. Apart from this, they can also uh, do yoga and meditation in that public park uh, in order to improve their health conditions.
Okay. So you're trying to say here there is a open space or open ground which is there in your city near to the temple, right?
Yes, ma'am.
And the that area, that open ground, they are uh, like making this place, they are converting into park so that people can come, have walk and relax or do some exercise. And they are also renovating temple. Am I right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Well done. So you have covered everything. Okay. Fine. Moving on to the next. Fine. Now speak about the topic. Okay. So yeah. Now this is the paragraph here. Okay. And there are few questions given here and you have to answer them. So discuss how people, okay, fine. So this is the same topic what the earlier related to this. Okay, what is it about the city that is changing? Yeah, so here you can how you can answer this. So in the modern world, urbanization and changes of all kinds occur frequently in all cities, mostly to meet the demands of the city's expanding population. No different from other cities, my city is also experiencing some obvious changes. Almost anywhere in the cities may see these changes, but the center of the city is where the majority of financial and commercial activity occurs. Thus, it is there where it is most obvious. But the issue is that walking through this crowded portion of the city center now feels a lot like wrestling because there are so many structures, shops, and companies there. Now, during business hours, the traffic situation deteriorated even further. The local administration has undertaken programs to grow vertically rather than horizontally in order to address this pretty intolerable and unpleasant condition in one of the major cities of my country. Or to put it other way, some large buildings are being torn down to make way toward taller structures. Anyway, I'm particularly excited about these developments because they will undoubtedly give our city a fresh new look. The citizens of my city, where the unemployment rate is comparatively greater than of the rest of the nation, will also have more employment chances thanks to all these developments and initiatives. Okay, so just because it's the first thing, I read it out. Okay, fine. So moving on to the next topic, speak about the topic. So discuss how people commute to work. How do people commute to work? How long do people spend commuting? So time. How will commuting change in the future? So you can unmute yourself and you can speak about the topic. Anyone? You can unmute yourself and speak about the topic.
May I speak, ma'am?
Please, please. This activity is for you guys.
Urbanization is
Yeah.
seen in every nook and corner of the world. Uh, People prefer to commute to their working places either by their own private vehicles or by taking the public transport. The time depends upon the vehicles. If they choose public transport, then it may take longer hours to reach to their working places. But if the individuals are choosing their private vehicles, it may take less time. For instance, it may take around 1 hour. Well, it depends upon the place also, whether it is located nearby or far away. According to my opinion, the commuting will change in the future because in many cities, all the in many cities all the facilities are available. Like their workplace will be very close to their city, so it may take lesser time to commute.
Mm-hmm. Okay. That's all. Fine. So, just an opinion I would like to share here, maybe how it is changing the commuting, because yes, there are a lot of developments are happening. So people may prefer to travel by metro instead of public transport because public transport is taking a lot of time to commute. And also there are other options which are many cities you can see, like people are doing carpooling. Okay, so these are the different ways where commuting will change in future. Okay, so
Okay,
well
ma'am.
try. Yeah, so you can add. It is just a creativity what you see. Like you must be saying like metro is there, right? If you're living in Visakhapatnam, Hyderabad, and even in Bangalore, right? So you see purple line, blue line, and all those things. So the metro is connecting each part of the city, correct? So which becomes very easy and economic also, which saves your time also. And people, those who are instead of, because nowadays the fuel price is going up and up every time, right? So most of the people they prefer carpooling option. Yeah. Okay, so well done. So there is nothing, anything structured way to say, okay, to speak. But only thing is that you have to speak relevant, related to the topic, okay, and you can share information. Okay, so I'm not going to read out the next answer for this because we have to do other activities also. Everything you will get it in your handout. Okay. So, yeah. Now, read aloud. I will have gone to the movies. Okay, I think there is a. Okay, so you have to read this sentence, whatever you see. Anybody?
I, yes,
Yeah, yeah,
ma'am.
please go ahead.
I will have gone to the movies by the time you decide what you want to do.
Yes. Now, here, what do they check? One is your pronunciation. Okay. Now, while doing this activity, please focus on the pronunciation as well as what you are reading. So wherever it is, there is a question mark. So your tone should be like that. Okay. So if it is a question, now when it comes to the full stop and comma, so you have to take a very very small pause there. Yeah. And don't try to change the statement. Okay. So you have to read it as it is. Okay. So second, yes,
It is an advantage to know how to use a computer.
very good. Okay. Third.
I am certain that the professor will find at least one error.
At least one error. Okay.
We had not seen each other for 20 years.
We have not seen each other for 20 years. Now, see, there are certain words where you can give stress. Okay. Now, 20 years is a very, very long time, right? So maybe you can just put stress. So we have not seen each other for 20 years. Yeah. So there is something word where which talks about. So you can put some stress on those words. Yeah. Okay, so we are done with this. So it's time for question and answer if you have. And I'm really, really happy that um, you uh, participated in this activity, especially when it comes to speaking. Okay, and yes, this is for your betterment. Okay, so if you have any question, any doubt, you can put it in chat box.
Ma'am, I want to know how Duolingo help me in my IELTS classes.
See, uh, Duolingo, if I have to answer this, it's two different types of questions. Okay, because it is completely different. Though the modules are same, like activities are same, like when it comes to Duolingo, even you have reading, listening, speaking, and writing. Okay, but it is not, I mean, how I will say that, like Duolingo is very, very easy compared to IELTS. So when I talk about the listening part, so in IELTS you have all four different sections: section 1, section 2, section 3, and section 4. And the
Yes, ma'am.
difficulty of section becomes the first section is quite easy. Second is also okay, little difficult. Third becomes little difficult. Fourth becomes more difficult than that. Okay, so the difficulty level goes up. Same goes with the reading also. Same goes with your speaking also, right? Compared to the time duration, where the IELTS, the exam is almost uh, 2 hours and 45 minutes. Okay, because your reading and writing task takes 1 hour each, and your speaking is for 40 minutes. Sorry, your listening is for 40 minutes, and your speaking is for 15 minutes. Correct? So
Yes,
it
ma'am.
takes 30 minutes to listen for the audio and 10 minutes to mark your answers. Okay. But yes, the difficulty level is totally different compared to Duolingo. So if you're thinking that Duolingo will help me out to crack my IELTS, no, you cannot, I mean, do that. Based on your Duolingo, don't give your IELTS. So for IELTS, you have to work very hard,
Okay, ma'am.
especially when you're going for academic. Okay, because the reading part is, because when it comes to, see, now what reading and speaking activity we did here, which is really very easy. But in IELTS reading, academic especially, okay, you have very lengthy passages, and the level of passages or the language I'm talking about, it is really tough. Yeah. So if your university is asking for IELTS, then go for IELTS. If your university, because ILM, many universities, if the you, I mean, there are students going, I mean, their objective or taking admission for in ILM. So most of the universities are accepting Duolingo. So go for it. Yeah. I hope I answer your question. Hello, am I audible?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Okay, okay, fine.
Thank you for a wonderful session, ma'am.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for participating. Okay.